I just could set him down at 7 and he would, and then I'd go in at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And then I would go in at 7 a.m. and he would just be like open. He'd already be awake, but he'd be like just looking at me.
Yeah. Some of it's nature
And that
versus
shit
nurture.
changed when he was 4, and he's a nightmare now. And she's a dream. She's a dream. So I don't know. I guess for me, what I wished, and I wished I had somebody like you to just tell me that I'm okay. Like,
welcome to the full Momty. You know it's hard out here being moms. We always seem to get the job done. What? Moms, they run the world. Moms, they run the world.
oh, hey, Jackie.
Oh, hey, Vonia.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to the full Momty. Today we're going to talk a lot about what the heck went on with the holidays.
Yeah.
3 weeks. I know what is it?
It's post.
It's post. Okay, it's post. So
It's
you're hearing
post-holiday, but you know what?
Valentine's Day is a holiday.
Yeah. Valentine's Day is a holiday.
But yeah, we're talking about...
And there's a 3-day weekend in there, because what I want to talk about the post-holidays is just the intensity it is with your children for the days and for people who have to work still.
Yeah.
So I have a lot about...
Same.
I'm still like in it. I think I'm recovering, not even yet, but almost.
No, not fully.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, in the beginning of this, we're just going to kind of talk about what's at the top of our mind and like what's been going on with us.
Yeah.
So I guess the full Momty for me was if you're listening and you're not in Santa Clarita, California, you might have only had 2 weeks off with your chitlins.
Normal time.
For the holidays. Here, they toss in a bonus week. So you have 3 weeks with your kids home and like love that for
people.
Not
for me. Good for you, not for me. That's what I say all the time. By the way, Amelia, my daughter, threw that back at me. I was like, can you try this? I need you to eat some protein. She goes, tried it and was like, good for you, not for me. Anyways, but no,
love that.
I'm telling you, this last week almost broke me. And
me too.
I love my kids. Of course, I really do, obviously.
We're obsessed with them, but like...
It's bringing out the worst in me.
Yeah, me too, because we're all supposed to be back at work.
Yeah.
Like, we're back to, routine things, like, your job is up and running.
Yep.
Mine is too. After the holidays, people are like, all right, let's go.
Exactly. I was looking for some
home.
sort of a camp or anything for them to go to, because I have to go into my office 2 to 3 days a week. I was only able to find a babysitter for 1 day, so I cobbled friends together for another day to take care of them. And then otherwise, it gave me like pandemic level despair this last week, because they're running it like... My son came into a meeting. I mean, I just started this job, so I'm trying to like show them that I know how to listen and learn and do things. And I've got my son going, I want to go into Mimi's room and we're gonna make a waterfall, okay? I'm like, I don't know what that means, but sure, get the fuck out of my area. I'm like, I didn't say that, but I was just like trying to be. I'm so sorry. This meeting, I felt like so like it was so stressful, and it was at the end of it was on Thursday, so I was just like the day I was supposed to go in. It was a long story, but I was just like, oh my God. Why?
So stressful. Yeah. It's like that. Yeah, it's like that pandemic video when the baby. I don't know if it's like a congressman or something. The baby rolls in on their stroller.
That is just my favorite.
And the person is like,
it's the mom. She comes in and it's like a U.S. correspondent in Thailand or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
And he's married to a Thai woman or some. I could be getting this wrong, but the baby just strolls in. It's so good, and in their little like. They can't walk yet. What are those things called?
Little walker.
Like little walker.
Like a little walker. And it's like,
it's just,
it doesn't
you know what?
know.
I need to watch that, because that made me laugh.
That'll make you feel better.
Hard.
I will watch that too. Everybody watch that. I don't even know how to find it. Google Senator something about Thailand and baby walking in. News
I will say, I was very disappointed in my son, because I was like, you should know by now. Like he's 18. This isn't new. No, I'm just kidding. This isn't new.
How old is he?
He's just turned 8.
Okay, but
my
still,
boy. But still, he should know.
Well,
I'm like, why do you think? And also, I'm not gonna say no, because I'm literally in a meeting.
Maybe that's why you did it.
Yeah, I'm like, and also waterfall. I still don't know what that means.
I know, and it's like in your brain, you're going, I guess I'll find out about that later.
Yeah,
sure. Okay.
And then I tried to make a joke but when you try and make a joke with new people and they just, well, maybe not, maybe you don't know, but maybe it's like, but maybe you know, Jackie, because I think I'm funny.
Yeah.
And then people are like,
yeah, I mean, you are funny, and that's our coping mechanism. Exactly. You know what I mean? We're like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. The more trauma you've experienced, the funnier you are.
Yeah.
The other thing.
I don't always fart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes, silent
from the
deadly.
mouth or from the middle. I don't know. Whatever breaks the tension. But like you said, sometimes the other person's like, what?
Oh, it happens.
But it's so stressful, man, putting people in that position. And it's like, what do you do? Like, screen time the whole time? Like,
this is it. And I had to get it, but it also, and maybe it's because I'm more of an anxious person, but I think a lot of people out there feel this way. Like, as they're watching the thing that you know isn't good for them to be watching, and my kids are a little bit older, so yeah, they're doing Roblox with lots and lots of, parameters set on it. So they're not like talking to molesters, which happens, or predators.
Especially in our day, AOL Messenger.
Oh yeah, oh my god.
16 female. I was like 12.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
So, but
you feel guilty.
So the whole time, and then they're eating just crackers, like processed goldfish, and I'm like, I need to let it go. How do I let it go? I need to let it go because there's no other option right now because I have no one else to watch them. I mean, I'm there, but I'm not there.
Right. Well, and Adam's out of town.
Yeah.
And also, spoiler alert for anyone that wasn't out here, it was raining for 7 years straight.
Which we need the rain.
We do. I'm so glad.
We're at the near one or a little past the 1 year mark of all the horrible fires last year. So yes, we need the rain, but that just means that they're getting more squirrely inside.
Yeah, they're cooped up, and you can't just be like, go outside and go to a playground or go run around. I mean, mine did play in a puddle.
Yeah,
with with raincoats.
The muddy puddles.
The muddy puddles.
They were the muddy puddles.
Yes, from Peppa Pig.
Do your girls do Peppa Pig?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, because that's my daughter era, and she loves the muddy puddles.
Muddy puddles.
Daddy Pig. I will say, the other thing that's been terrible is because I have 2 puppies, and they have to go outside to the bathroom. So I'm like, they're going outside into the muddy puddles and coming back in, and our house is just so gross. It's just, I'm fine. It's okay. I'm going to be okay. But it's when everything around you is sort of just crumbling and you're trying to lift everybody up and be like, it's going to be okay. And you're basically telling yourself that more than anything else.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like this could also, something's been in my eye. So if I'm pirating or if I'm twitching, just know. And I've just accepted it, that we're not going to quite know what's going on. Anyway.
Any eye doctors out there?
Yeah. Okay. Arr. Basically, what was I going to say? Okay. So I think this ties into the holidays being stressful. And I know this sounds like kind of a first world problem. I know it's we love our kids. We're happy that we get to experience the holidays with them. Yeah. We're happy that we're all relatively healthy. We all got sick. And I think you guys did too. So, but I mean, on the, normal scale of health, but I just feel like the bar is really low for what we accept for moms, working moms, and being expected to do it all, make the holidays go magical, plan all the things. I don't cook, but you cook.
I do.
And then host things or go places and I had my parents in town for 3 weeks, which I love.
I love it. Much. I met them. They're the best.
They're the cutest. It was 3 weeks, and it wasn't supposed to be 3 weeks straight. But then they got sick and they couldn't travel. So then, whatever. And I just know a lot of moms struggle actually around the holidays, and more are talking about it.
It's tough because I think when we're kids, you do have sort of a magical experience regardless, even if, however.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, not necessarily you do, but it's still exciting.
Yeah.
So then you think when you're older, now we have the kids, we want them to have that magic. And then you're the reality of it all and the intensity of what's going on in the world and just life and expectations comes crumbling down. And depending on how sensitive you are, it really can be a horrible time for a lot of people out there. Adults, I would say.
For sure.
And hopefully not children, but I think a lot of adults, this is when everything sort of slows down. We're supposed to be making these moments happen. And it's I don't know. I know a lot of people this season got depressed.
Yeah. And there's a lot of pressure. And some of it is maybe self-induced as moms. We're
Sure.
we're trying to, but not really. I think, and also, I mean, I want to acknowledge too that like some people have loss and they grieve during the. I mean, they have like a recurrent. Maybe that's when their dad passed away, and that's when
you miss the person who you usually see at that time.
Yeah, exactly. People going through a breakup. So I think this like forced cheer and jolly. I don't know if it's just like the. I don't know. I was gonna say rebel and stuff.
No, why not? Yeah,
the rebel, the rock star in me. No, but I'm just like, there's a part of me. I get going like in December, and like I'm like, all right, yeah, let's do it. I'm more of a Halloween gal. Like I like a one day. We all like put on costumes and we're silly, and like we drink a little.
Like that.
You know what I mean? There's like less pressure.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, what if I don't feel all that cheerful?
Yeah.
I mean, you had a bomb party, and that was really fun. That was uplifting.
Yeah, I did the New Year's Eve. Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
Wait, before I will say one more thing that's added to my stress, and I shouldn't have done it, but I did it during the pandemic because I was like, what else are we doing? Is I added in an Elf on the Shelf.
Oh.
And so do you guys do that?
No.
Don't do it.
I'm not.
Okay, so, but this year, and, I, like, if there's children in the car, maybe don't listen to this. Oh, no.
2 years. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, no, my son believes in everything.
Okay.
And my daughter, who was
it's
12, I literally paid her $3 a day. I know, maybe it's too much. She moved the elf for me. And I'll be honest, it's the only way that elf got moved. I maybe did it twice because she forgot, but, like, honestly, she was awesome.
Wow.
And I
Cheers to her.
And she got creative. Like, she taped him to some fucking wall and wrote a Ramson note. I mean, she was creative. Yeah.
Ransom.
Yeah.
She was your little elf.
She was my savior.
Does it get violent?
When it's my daughter making it, I guess so.
It depends on the household.
She's following her daddy's footstep of horror movies.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I haven't done it,
Don't do it.
I don't think I want to start.
I wouldn't, unless
We just
you
already have
want
so
to.
much to do.
Yeah. No.
And I'm like, but then I don't want them to be like, "Where's our elf on the shelf?" You know, and
They
I'm like,
may.
he fucking died. I don't know. Like.
Well, and I tried to do it where it's just the 12 days before Christmas, but my son was like, I had this whole plan, like Santa was going to send a note on December 1 and be like, we're really busy at the workshop, so we can't let the elf out. But he really, he was upset. And I'll be honest, another one of the ways that we got through it is I have a friend who's very active on Instagram, and so she was posting every day what her elf did.
Oh, ideas.
And I just said, do this one, and copied her.
There we go.
So
moms helping each other out.
Yep. Yeah, whether or not she knows it, but yeah, it was great.
That's.
And then, unfortunately, her daughter and my son are in the same class, so they talk about it. And my kid would be like, "My elf did that too," and I was like,
"So crazy."
That makes sense though, because they're from the same workshop.
Of course, they're going to do the same thing.
Of course, they're going to. Yeah.
No, yeah, they've got a like run of show going. Oh God, I mean, we didn't have the elf on the shelf when I was all right.
Oh, my parents wouldn't have done that. My parents both worked.
Yeah. Do you ever? Okay, wait. Really, honestly, kids should not. We've got to turn it down because I'm about to bust a nut.
Bust a nut. But I'm really excited and nervous right now.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I feel a little guilty sometimes.
Why?
About lying.
Oh yeah. I know.
Okay. I'm over it.
So I got
over it.
Let me tell you one thing. I always, before I had, because my husband and I very cuntily were like, we're going to do things different with our children.
Yeah, of course, we all think that.
And so then I made this commitment to myself. I was like, I'm never going to lie to my kids. I am going to tell them the truth, and I am going to give them an age appropriate. I read articles, I read books, and it just doesn't pan out. And then yes, I feel the guilt too. But I will say, oh God, can I tell a quick? So we were in the line. It was post holidays. There was sales at Barnes & Noble's. Also, this is Barnes & Noble. My friend always corrects me on that. There's not two of them. Anyways, but I needed the Wi-Fi to work. So I took the kids. I was in the little cafe. I was working. I said, you guys go pick out a book. And so they're out and about. And they found their books. And they also just got into Harry Potter. So I let them buy wands and those wands are $50.
Oh, yeah.
They each
jack
got
up
a
the price.
freaking $50 wand. But I love Harry Potter. So I was like, oh. So anyways, we're in the line. And you know how they have bookmarks as you're going to pay? Like, one said something about... Well, I mean, I love Barnes and I like to buy books. I don't read them, but I buy a lot.
Yeah.
And I love they have journals there. God, give me a journal. I let my son get a journal. He's like, I need it. I'm like, you do, baby. We need a journal. Anyway, so there was some, and I'm sad that I didn't take a closer look, but all it had to do with like is I don't watch my porn, I read it. And Amelia goes, what's porn? In our line. And so this comes back to my saying, I promised to never lie to her and give her an age-appropriate answer. And I was just like, I moved it so you couldn't see the one. And I go, I can't tell you that right now. And then I just didn't answer her. Because how do you tell? I mean, that's something we're going to have to talk about. And I don't want her, she's probably, somebody's going to accidentally show her porn. So that, I would love to have somebody on at some point to give us like how to talk to kids about that, because for one, it's not real sex. I mean, it's penetration, but it's not real like how they're gonna, hopefully not, gonna, choke out a girl. I don't want my son choking out girls or anything, unless they want that, and that's mutually, whatever, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say.
It's gotta be a lot of
what
trust.
I'm saying is,
it's not real life.
It's not real life. And so like, how do we start small, saying like, because you don't know what they're gonna see. Some of it's really violent.
God damn it. Why can't they just have more... They should have some sort of restrictions. The thing, it literally is just like, are you 18 and over?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, my friend's son put the word boobs in the search engine, and there are boobs jumping up and down and on, like, so that you can easily find it.
Which, like, if they just find boobs, I'd be fine with it. But if it's always in, like, a sexual context, and then there's, like hardcore...
deep-throated or something, and that's really upsetting to see. And I know some people really like it, but like it's very upsetting to me because they're always crying and looking at you with their makeup mascara running. Anyway, let me go back real quick. I want to be able to talk to her in a way where she can make informed decisions. I don't want to ever make her feel shame, because I feel like a lot of people who were raised, in whatever religion you're raised in, you're a whore. If you blah, blah, blah.
Right,
I don't
you want to be
that.
sex positive.
I want to be sex positive. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
But
you don't want to be like...
Yeah. But she's on the precipice of life changing and her knowing about all of the horrible, horrible things in the world in which you still have to stay positive. And
I'm glad I have a few more years for that. No, I mean, tell me how it goes, because I'm terrified.
Let's get an expert on to tell us how to talk to our kids about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. About
that's hard.
Porn and Santa porn.
Bad Santa.
No. If people are listening to this in the car,
oh my God,
they might get now ads. Yeah, maybe they'll get some, or like the algorithm or something.
Yeah.
Get some.
We should maybe put a little disclaimer at the beginning to be like, probably don't listen to this with your kids in the car.
No.
Earbuds.
But the point of the lying is also just like, I'm not a good liar. I'm also not good at keeping secrets. So like, I've already fucked this up. Like, I'll be like, yeah, I got you that. And Nick's like, Santa did. And I'm like, oh, right, Santa. And then there's the whole thing of like this like jolly old man taking all the credit for what moms are doing.
No, Santa only gets one gift from Santa in our house.
Oh shit, I need to do that.
No, yeah, because
I got to backpedal.
Because you know what? I was like, because my son was like, I asked for a VR set, I didn't get it, and I was like, because I'm not getting him one because he won't use it, and I know him, and they're expensive. Yeah. Or he wanted a electric scooter, and I'm just like, I'm not there yet. Terrifying. I'm not gonna, whatever. And he's like, but I wrote it to Santa, and I was like, yeah. So he got one thing that he wrote, but like.
Oh, you do one gift.
One gift for Santa.
Nick screwed me. He wanted all these gifts from Santa, and then now I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep cutting back because I want to be like,
maybe you could do 3.
Yeah,
but like and because they also get, which my daughter loves. It's her favorite because I give them all little tiny and I wrap them really hard in the stocking. So that comes from Santa.
Yes, so do ours. And then I also feel like I keep thinking about like kids that can't afford a lot of gifts from Santa, and so that's part of why I wanted to wind it down as well, because then it's like, oh God, that freaking like hurts my heart, like so and so got an Xbox from Santa and I got a pair of socks, and it's like, it's not fucking real tough. Anyway, man.
When I was a kid, my dad, and he did this for birthdays too, but he really kind of like, I don't know if I ever really believed in Santa.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was still, my mom is a goddamn saint, and she would make it super fun, and he would have fun, but like mostly he'd be like, how about I give you $50, you give it to me back? You know, like he was just, because in their culture, they do what a lot of other cultures do, where it's like the Epiphany or whatever, the day the three kings came. So that's when they exchange, and you get like one gift.
Oh, okay.
So
Armenian,
but like also like I know like Colombians do that, like a lot of people all over. Like, so I just am like, so it never was. He was like, you have no idea how hard we work for these things. So we're like all the time. I was hearing this all the time. You don't know what I sacrificed to get this country.
Right.
You know, like, and all these things. So it's like I wanted my kids to have the real like, you know, American experience.
Yeah.
But then again, I do think in the back of my head, I like when they're like, when we're at a restaurant, and they're like, I'm gonna get a virgin pina colada, and they're like $7, and I'm like, not every time, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
I do.
It's tough.
Well, I mean, got that out of our system.
Yeah, sorry to bring it back up after a couple of weeks.
Oh, no. Yeah, I know. They're like, they've all healed.
They've all healed, and now they're like, oh,
PTSD.
God, I remember.
But that's what's on our minds, you know? Mm-hmm. And,
well, I'm very excited because, you know, normally we do have a guest. We're having a guest. And this week, our guest is Jackie Viscusi.
Should I, like, pretend to wheel in?
With the Sleep Already.
Yeah, Just Sleep Already is my little business.
And I have so many questions for you, but, like, so would you give us a rundown of, like, what it is that you do?
Yeah.
And then I want to know, like, how did you come to it? Like,
yeah. Yes. Okay. So I think a lot of people think like sleep training, like it's a very taboo kind of now. It's like polarizing. Like, okay. There's like the sleep training people and the anti-sleep training people, and the super holistic and like co-sleeping, you know, bed sharing for a long time, which is all good. Like it's all whatever works for you. You know what I mean? But then there's the, you know, hardcore, like, you got to cry it out and you've got to, like...
I did that.
You know, be on an anal schedule and things like that. Yeah.
I would love to tell you about it, but keep talking.
No, I just mean, like, what I set out to do was, like, a middle ground approach. Like, learn it all, and instead of, you know, a blanket approach, one size fits all, which doesn't work for people because we're not robots, and it doesn't work for families. Every family has a different parenting style and like a different, you know, chemical makeup. So I follow what the family's lead is, and I try to match their parenting style and also use evidence-based approaches and talk with child psychologists and talk with, like, you know, just get as much information as I can. And build a plan with them, and then track the sleep and track the progress. And I'm kind of like, I really like to call it more like sleep counseling, like baby and toddler sleep counseling, because depending on the situation, we may not, you may not get to 12-hour nights in 3 days. It might be we work together for a month, and you're just at 1 or 2 night wakings, you breastfeed, put them back down, and you sleep the rest. It could look like you're still bed sharing, if that's what works. And then when you're ready, if you want to make a change, you know, we'll pause and then pick back up. It's a very nuanced thing. And so that's, I guess, you know, I'm a certified pediatric sleep coach, but I like to think of it more like a sleep counselor.
I love that. I was when I had Amelia... I'm like, forget the questions. It's about my needs.
Please get into it. No.
But I was working a crazy schedule, and I needed her to sleep. Yeah. Because even still to this day, like, my son slept with me last night. Yeah. And I, like, just gave in, but I didn't sleep very well because if anyone touches me, or my poor husband, I'm like, I can cuddle a little in the beginning of the night, but, like, then I'm on my side because... I never thought of myself as a light sleeper, but I really was. Yeah. And anyway, I have a whole thing about my own childhood sleeping, which, but so.
That all applies though.
Yeah.
To your approach with your kids. But tell me about Amelia.
So she was a screamer, and she it's partly why we call her Mimi, because she could like hit those whistle notes that like Mariah Carey could hit. And she has a low voice like me, you know? But like when she was a baby, it was like, it's so intense, and it would like, and I definitely had postpartum and all the things. Anyways,
God, yeah.
but my pediatrician, they were French, and she was like, you know, they were the people who were like, if you're eating steak and gorgonzola, your baby's eating steak and gorgonzola, or whatever, you know, like that kind of thing.
Did they do the La Pause? Did they have you do like the La Pause?
What's that?
Oh, okay, never mind.
Maybe,
in France, they do like you pause for a certain amount of time before tending to the baby.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But so basically, well, I basically did the thing at 10 weeks old. They wanted you to do it at 8, but at 10 weeks old, I just would sit her down, and she would scream and then go to sleep, and then in the morning she would scream, or she would scream a couple times a night, and I would just not go in, and it was very, very stressful.
Yeah, yeah.
And eventually it did work, but then every time they get a little bit sick, you'd have to go through the whole, honestly, traumatic training again.
Yeah.
So then when I had my second, he was just an angel. I just could set him down at 7, and he would, and then I'd go in at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And then I would go in at 7 a.m. and he would just be like open. He'd already be awake, but he'd be like just looking at me.
Yeah. Some of it's nature
And that
versus
shit
nurture.
changed when he was 4, and he's a nightmare now. And she's a dream. She's a dream. So I don't know. I guess for me, what I wished, and I wished I had somebody like you to just tell me that I'm okay. Like, I think I was trying to go too rigid. I was like, if I follow these rules, it should be right. It should work. But that was stressing me out. And I still, I tried my best, and I was real stressed.
Yeah, it's stressful.
Yeah.
And
not getting enough sleep.
You're crazy. It's a form of torture.
Yeah.
You're sleep deprived. You have raging hormones usually. And even when they're toddlers, it's extremely stressful because they are that much more strong-willed and aware.
Right.
So there's no...
And the breastfeeding.
And
because then it's depleting you too.
Yes.
Because I would remember, especially when they're sick, and you're just trying anything to get them, and you're just like, a shell of a human.
Yeah, you feel like an ant, like a cow.
Yeah.
You and you obviously want to be there and nurture your baby. That's like your priority, but you're also slowly withering away and not healthy at all. Yeah. So it's that toss up, and that's why I really love talking with families and letting them know that this is hard. Not enough people talk about it. If they do, they guilt you one way or the other. Like they guilt you for not doing cry it out, or they guilt you for doing it. And that's like so fucked up. Like that's not how we should treat nuanced things. Things are not black and white.
Right.
And what's right for the family is what's right for the kid. So like you said, you had to get her to sleep. And there has been, I will say, no evidence that points to that being harmful.
I was worried.
She's also a really great kid.
Yeah, she's well-rounded, and I when I was younger, or when she was in that age, I was like writing little notes in a Google Doc, being like, things to bring up to your therapist. Yeah. Mommy made me cry it out at 10 weeks, you know?
No.
But she's actually, and she really sleeps well.
Yeah. I mean, I am a little hardened about it just because I see it on all ends of the spectrum.
Totally.
But
it might be personality. It might be DNA. It might be genetic makeup.
I think a lot of it is. I really, really do. Because I did the same thing with both my babies. The first one was like Amelia. Such a tough sleeper. You asked why I got into it. It's because I was losing my mind. Yeah. From the minute she came out the vagina hole, she did not want to sleep. Want to sleep at all. In the hospital, we got maybe 45 minutes. It was crazy.
Same.
And so I was so anti-sleep training. For months and months and months on end, I just stuck to it. I tried to do the gentlest things. I tried to not, but I was dying. I had postpartum depression. I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping. I was incredibly depressed, and I didn't know what to do. And finally, a family member was like, "Do you want to maybe just talk to a pediatric sleep consultant?" And I was like, "What is that?" I didn't even know that existed. And at first I said no, and then 2 weeks later of more hell, I was like, what's her number? Let me just, it's not going to hurt to just talk. She did a free intro call. She allowed me the permission to do what I needed to do, say what I needed to say, and she changed my life.
Wow.
And I was like, and then in a few days, Gianna was sleeping through the night, sleeping right when I would put her down. Because she had the classic, like, she'd fall asleep in my arms the minute I put her down. She was screaming. And people are like, well, co-sleep with them and do that sort of stuff. And I couldn't sleep well with her, with me. And then one time, she rolled off the bed. Oh, my God. And then they're like, oh, get a floor bed and all this stuff. But then I'm, like, so paranoid that, like, SIDS is a thing. You can suffocate your kid. And I'm like, even if there's a fucking 1% chance of that, I personally, like, I can't take that risk. Now, the risk is much higher if parents are drinking.
Of course.
If there's substance abuse, if they're sharing the bed and the baby's in the middle. Like, there are safer ways to do it. There's the Safe 7, which is the breastfeeding, like the curl, too, where you're in a certain position and you're curled up to the baby and the baby can sleep there and it's safe. No comforter, no blankets, no anything. But here's another thing that happens is moms come to me and they're like, I'm really trying to do the curl. I'm trying to do the Safe 7. My whole body is aching because I'm having to stay in this one position, like for safety, and I'm not sleeping. So that's where, like some people can do it just fine. And I don't judge. Yeah. But that's why I got into it, because I was so overwhelmed by all the information online and on the internet. And like I was guilted one way or the other. Yes. And this woman just talking it out, talking to somebody, being able to, she was a mom. And then to see the results, I was like, I want to do this for people.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so when I was a kid, as a kid, I had ADHD, but I didn't. But I couldn't sleep because my brain just wouldn't stop. And I was very sensitive. I was scared a lot. I was afraid to go to sleep because even still to this day, I remember my dreams. I have very like lucid dreams, and they're like even last night. I won't tell you, but I had a terrifying dream, and I was just I don't always have nightmares as an adult, but as a kid, I knew that as soon as I fell asleep, I would have a nightmare, and it would be so scary. And I remember like praying to God. Like my only prayers at night was like, please God, don't let me have a bad dream. Please let me have good dreams. I know. It was really, truly. So then, basically, once I learned how to read, I would read until I couldn't stay awake. So I would go to bed at like 2 a.m. in like third grade, or I would like be building some sort of creative thing, and my mom would come up, but like truly, they had to sleep, so they just went to sleep, and I would sneak a light back on and get my stuff. So I didn't sleep great. I never slept great, and I'm always like, I get up early now because you have to get into a routine because you have kids. But it's like likening to like I'm a early morning person, like you're a runner if you're being chased by a bear. That's the situation it is. Yeah. So, but I think it's been great. Honestly, it's been great having kids because you have to take care of them. Yeah. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to take care of them in this way, like take care of their sleep habits and stuff like that. But because I have to, then I am usually, unless my son is being a real bungholio, everybody gets sleep. So I put them to bed and I put myself to sleep, and then we all get up early because I know if I'm tired in the morning, they're going to be tired. Everybody's in a bad mood. So it's just...
You had to have that structure.
But I know because of the ADHD, it was worse because my brain was... I only can think of it as like, it was just... I have a hard time like relaxing, and like it's like firing a lot at night, and like I'm thinking about every single conversation I've had, and like that's why. And my poor husband, like we never watch anything. I mean, I'm like, can we watch like stand up or a reality something? I love movies, I like all the things, but like if it's too intense or in any way right before I go to bed, it sticks with me. It's like I feel the feeling. I know, boo. I feel the feelings that the people are conveying on the film or television show, and I'm just like, I can't do it. You watch it. I'll put headphones in and listen to something funny. Yeah. So adult sleep things is not the same, but it's
it's similar.
Started
and
early.
ADHD is a big sleep disruptor, and your melatonin, it takes a long time to come in and to set. Yeah. And oftentimes kids and people with ADHD need a longer wind down routine, and any sort of neurodivergence does need structure. Yeah. And that's why the toddler strategies work really well for ADHD or autism or special needs kids because it gives them this very clear black and white structure that they need.
Okay.
Some families don't need that much structure, or some brains don't need that much. Like, it really depends, but that is very common. And oftentimes, if there is a parent that has ADHD or it's genetic, one of the little ones may have it, and it can affect their sleep as early as newborns. I mean, I'm not like saying diagnose your newborn with ADHD, but like it runs in the family, and that's a lot of the times they're tougher sleepers. They might have a little pickier eaters. They might have
My son.
So, it's just
Well, if anything, that's giving the knowing that it might be in the family, in your family, giving you allowing you some grace and being like, this is okay.
Yeah.
This is really hard, and it's harder than the people wrote in the books.
It is.
But it's okay.
Yes, it's extra hard though. Like, and people who try to tell you otherwise, like, it's a form of gaslighting. It makes you feel crazy. They're like, well, I just put them right in the crib. And, and you're like, all right, well, go fuck yourself. I'm not doing it. I don't know what to tell you. Like, what do you think? You're smarter? I don't know. And you're doing the best that you can. But like, some babies are just tougher sleepers than others.
I remember, so with Amelia, I thought one of my friends in our building had a baby. It was the first person I really knew that had a baby, and they did the wrap, like whatever that wrap is, that really tight, the swaddle, the wrap. And I remember, like, we tried, like Adam would do it, and it was so tight, and I'm like, too tight.
Yeah.
But I would do it, and I would sing, and I did this for him too. But I would be like, baby burrito, and I sang them a baby burrito song, and I made them little burritos. So I had some fun.
Yeah, you have to.
Until they screamed.
Yeah. But there are things that you can do that are holistic in order to get your baby or toddler to have the kind of right amount of sleep pressure to be able to fall asleep a little bit easier. It doesn't mean it's going to be like perfect, but a little bit easier. Oftentimes, all the baby books and all the things will tell, parents that their baby should be sleeping like 95 hours a day.
Yeah.
And if not, they're going to have a brain disease.
Yes.
Like, it's just like, no. Like, every baby does have different sleep pressure. And oftentimes babies or like neurodivergent families, they have lower sleep needs.
Yeah. Oh, that's so crazy. Okay, so my mom said that both my brother and I, because both of my kids stopped napping, like really little, like 1.5, like really messed up. But they would sleep like a full chunky chunk once they got to sleep.
That's the 24-hour period is what we're looking at.
But it was crazy. And my mom was like, no, both you and your brother like stopped napping after 2 years. And I was also potty trained at like 16 months. So
excuse me,
yeah, I know. But it was because I had to grow up fast because my brother was on the way. And that's partly why I'm the boss ass bitch that I am, because I've always been in charge.
Do you know if you were sleep trained?
Oh no. I honestly don't know. I think it was just like, you have to go to sleep. I don't really know. I should ask my mom, but I know that was a nightmare.
Well, most people like of that generation, they're like, what? Sleep training? I don't know. We just tossed you in the crib and called it a day. They also put them on their stomachs at like newborns and gave them, what do they give them? Whiskey?
Yeah.
I mean, that's more our grandparents, but like they tossed the bottle in there, and now we've found that sometimes it can mess up, tooth decay and things like that. But I feel like there's a lot of fear around it, a lot of like extremes, and I think like if you want some help, just call or text or go to my website, justsleepalready.com, and submit a form, and you'll do a 10-minute free intro call, and you can kind of see, like, do you feel like this is going to be a good fit or not? At the very least, you can have a little bit more information on like what you can control. And if you are like mentally not doing well, like you should not have any guilt in trying to get better sleep for yourself. Because if you're not getting good sleep and you're not doing well mentally, it's the whole oxygen mask thing. Like you got to put yours on before the little one. And that's just such a hard concept for mothers. But like the best thing you can do for your kids and your family is to be okay. And once I realized I wasn't okay.
Right.
And then I got better and I was able to be a more present version of myself. It was like night and day. you know? And if you think about it, if you're exhausted and kind of a gargoyle all day and not able to be present, dangerously driving, like, it's not the best thing for your kid. So,
I was going to ask you, what is like one low pressure tip you could give to a very, very exhausted parent? But you kind of did. You said, like, take care of yourself first.
Yeah, like, don't feel guilty, and talk to somebody who knows what they're talking about, like, has years of experience in pediatric sleep, and don't just rely on, like, as much as I love family advice, but like your aunt or your friend or this person's on this nap schedule and mine should be. Don't should anything. Like, it's all different. Every baby's different and your experience is different. There are general things that I could tell people, like have about a 45-minute wind down routine. It's good to start doing new sleep cues, like a lullaby or a song and a sleepy time phrase that kind of cues them.
Ooh. What's your sleepy time phrase? Do you have one for kids?
Well, it could be different.
Sure.
Like, you could come up with your own, but keep it 5 words or less, and it's just like, time to sleep, good night.
Okay.
Time to sleep, good night. And when you put them down, they'll start to understand that new cue. What'll likely happen when you're starting out, that's the other tip. When you're starting out, it's going to be a shit show. Don't expect it to just go well overnight.
Right.
We have instant gratification as, people in our in our generation. We want it at our fingertips. It might get harder before it gets better, but stick with it. Okay,
wait, I have one more question, because this has been an issue for me. Is what if your partner won't stick with the routine?
Oh, yeah, that's tough. Well, that's okay. They start to get to know you doing the routine versus another person doing the routine. It's great if it's consistent, but...
Because that's where I would also get really stressed out, probably because I was trying to be too rigid of like, I read this book.
And it said, yeah.
And he would be like, come on. Like, my husband's way more chill and whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, then you read them the book, then you do it, and then you sing, and then you walk out, and then you go. He's just like, can you just relax? And I'm like, no, obviously I cannot.
Well, consistency is really important for little ones. It allows them to understand what's going to happen next and have some predictability, even if they're babies and they're not cognizant of that.
Right.
And it does make them feel safe. Like, boundaries and rules and routine, we're routine-based humans. Like, it does help give us structure. So if you can be consistent, I would say at least when you're working on sleep for at least like a week, like if you could just try to be as consistent as you can then. But I also have families that are like, look, mine goes to daycare. They do a different thing in daycare. I can't make them do anything. They got 26 other babies going on, and so they'll learn how to sleep at daycare and how to sleep with you in the home. So that's okay. And what I like to do is be collaborative with the family. That's where these nuances come in. You have the whole family on if you can. And they're like, well, I don't really know about this. And we'll find a middle ground. We'll find something that works for everybody.
I wish I would have had you.
I know.
When I had little ones. But I'm really taking this into heart, because even though mine's a little bit older, I really think that I need to add some real consistent structure to the end of our days. Because I'm usually like pretty stemmed out by the end of the day, and I'm just like crying. I like myself. I'm just like, I can't. And I'm alone right now.
Yeah.
I'm alone. And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't. But I think if I start earlier, what I heard was I'm going to give myself 45 minutes without screens or anything, and then we're going to, the problem is my son is afraid of just being upstairs alone. I'm like, what? I was like, do you think I would make you go somewhere where you're going to get hurt? Like, where something bad's going to happen to you?
Yeah,
He's like, I don't care. I just want to, you have to come with me. I'm like, okay. Anyway, but I think listening to you gives me sort of like renewed sort of motivation to be like, okay, tonight we are going to get it. We're going to start a routine. Yeah. Because we're about, by the way, to just bring it full circle, we're about to be done with a 3-week break where their sleep has been completely fucked. And they have to start getting up at like 6:30 again in the morning. And it's not, I mean, my daughter woke up at like almost 10 today.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Start walking it back. You could even just walk it back like 15 minutes to 30 minutes, like try to get them winded down 30 minutes earlier than what you're normally doing right now, and then a little bit further the next day, and it's all easier said than done. But I do think like music can really help. I do have playlist if you want me to send you, because I do love.
Please.
Yeah, it helps calm me down. It helps. And predictability, telling them what we're going to do next. Sometimes bedtime routine charts with a motivator for finishing it at the end. Sometimes a motivator doesn't have to be like a sticker. It can literally be like a high five dance or like a big hug or something like that. And then, you know, just kind of get, if you can do like a book or, you know, whatever it is, a book and then a song, like you singing to them is the best music that they could have. So, or you could sing together. And then you're kind of like sleepy time mantra. I mean, I know he's a little older, but you can still do that. And, you know,
I once tried to read him a book, but say it really slowly. And when I was reading the book, it would be like this. And then I would keep reading. And he goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "Nothing." He goes, You're talking weird.
I know.
He has a little kid accent. I should probably get him speech therapy, but the teacher said they think it'll go away. Anyways, but he's got the cutest little voice.
He does. Anyway. I think it'll go away. But Aria has it. I mean, I
love it.
I know. But yeah, and then I have very like kind of stricter like toddler strategies. So it's like step by step. If you are looking for something like pretty structured, and there are ways to like wean your involvement out and like wean you out of the room completely. And a lot of times it just takes like practice and a sleep logging the behavior. Is kind of annoying, but it's kind of like anything. Like if your stomach's been upset, right? You have to track like what you're eating. And then you kind of have to go back and be like, all right, when I ate that, and like, what can I do to support my health gut, you know? And then how do I find what works for me?
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So anyway, you're welcome. I mean, I could talk about this.
Honestly, maybe if you have like a sleep tactic or tip for us, each episode we'll take it.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I don't think it ever stops. I never stop thinking about sleep because we. Like eating, we do it every day.
We need it. We need it. I love sleep so much. It's like one of my favorite things in the entire world. So yeah, it replenishes our brain. It's so good for our health. Yeah. It's so good for our mood.
That's what they're saying. Mm-hmm. They're saying you live longer if you get better sleep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jackie. Yeah. I just adore you, and I hope that anyone listening got some good information out of that.
Yeah, and I have a lot of free resources and tips on my website. So just sleepalready.com, you can find
it in the show notes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next part is what is a kidless pleasure you're feeling these days? Anything you're watching, anything you're listening to?
Yeah, I started that hidden rivalry.
Oh, heated
rivalry.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Oh, I have not started it yet, but I really want to.
I thought you
well, no,
gave me the
Rosie.
Tip. No, it was Rosie. Okay.
Rosie, that little dirty bird.
Oh my God. I know. I do feel sometimes bad. Like I didn't realize it was so graphic, but
yeah. Well,
great.
But what I heard is the character development is so good.
It
like
is.
The story is so
really
well written, and because it comes from I think a book, and yeah. Okay, I'm really excited. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna get into it. I listen because I love stand up, and I listen to is it Marcelo or Marcel Hernandez?
Oh yeah, the guy from Saturday Night Live.
I peed my pants. He's so funny. Yes, he has a stand up on Netflix. I highly recommend if you need to laugh. I mean, especially there's certain things like if your family was a little nuts, and he's just so he's so cute too. He's just
He's adorable.
And so if you need to laugh, but if you need to cry, it's also Netflix. Was watching a movie because my daughter plays volleyball, and it's called The Miracle Season. Maybe not everybody will cry because sometimes crying is like a good cathartic thing, right? Because I feel like we all need a little release these days. It was so sad. I'm not giving anything away because the whole precipice of the show is that one of their star players dies. And I know, and it's definitely like a tween teen movie, but it's so when I was a kid, it's really sad actually. But one of my closest friends passed away. She was in a car wreck, and her and I played volleyball together like for years. We did all the travel stuff, and so watching it was like, I mean, I sobbed so hard that my face was like puffy. My son was like, are you okay, mommy? I was like, I'm okay. And my daughter, she's crying too, but she's like pushing it out because she it feels good for little kids to like, I'm crying too, mommy, look at me, I'm crying.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but I'm really crying, Amelia. No, but the crazy thing is the girl's number who passed away was the same number of my friends.
Wow.
I know. It was like
Just gave me the chills.
And I was like, we were kind of rebels. So the last year of our senior year, we decided not to play volleyball. We tried out for the cheer team because both her and I were gymnasts, and it was before cheer is like how it is now. I mean, they were just now wanting like people who could tumble, and her and I could tumble, so we got on the varsity, and people were pissed that we both got on varsity and never cheered before. And so it was supposed to be this awesome year of being on the cheer team, and it was a very depressing year for me. But anyways, I digress. Watch Miracle Season if you want to cry. I thought it was really good. Helen Hunt plays the coach, and her haircut was almost like my coach's haircut. I swear to God, it's so crazy. Like, do all coaches from like the 2000s, early 90s, late 90s have the same sort of fun whippy bob thing? I don't know. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. It's called what? Miracle.
The Miracle Season.
The Miracle Season, and
not for everybody.
Hidden.
Heated. Think of it like so sexy. It's hot. Heated rivalry. Hockey players. Come on. Are you kidding?
Yeah, gay hockey players.
I love it so much.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Need to talk to somebody else about this.
I didn't watch it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, because I'm a little confused, but in a good way.
It's a spectrum. It is a spectrum.
It sure is. It sure is. All right. Well, thanks for chatting.
Yes, I love it.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah, can't wait.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you guys so much for watching our show today. We really appreciate you. We also want to give a huge shout out to our production team at SCV Studio. Ooh. Thank you, Tyler, Anthony, and Juan. You guys are amazing. We appreciate you. Of course, thank you to our family, our friends who support us through this, who
watch our kids during
exactly. I was going to say parent alongside us, who we love you. And if this episode resonated with you at all, please share it. That would be great. And
like and subscribe.
That's right. Like and subscribe. Leave us a good review, 5 stars. 5 stars.
Yeah.
And then also, if you'd like, follow us on our social media. That's at
The Full Momty Podcast. And we're on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So come on and see the journey on social media.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.